What's going on YouTube? This your boy I am Cord from the Akkolades.com. Hey, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so y'all can get notifications whenever I upload more videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at I am Cord, AMKHORD, and I'll follow y'all back as soon as I can. Hey, appreciate the support. We ain't gonna waste too much time. Let's get right into it. Bow! Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy I am Cord from the Akkolades.com, back with another tutorial. So in my last tutorial, as far as dealing with the business side of music, I discussed how to register your song with your PRO, which is your performance rights organization. And I spoke on BMI, CSAC, and ASCAP. But in the tutorial, I showed you how to register the song with BMI because that's who I'm registered with. So in this tutorial, I want to follow up with copyrighting your music or copyrighting your beats for producers that's tuned in. So as you can see right now, I'm on copyright.gov, and this is the website up here. So once you go to copyright.gov, if you don't have an account with them, then you can create an account. So we're going to click on register. So we're going to register copyright. And then we're going to click on log into the electronic copyright office. Boom. Okay, now this thing want to add up. All right, there we go. So I got to log back in. All right. So now we logged in. So for those of y'all that don't know, if somebody steals your work or whatnot, a copyright is pretty much anything that's fixed in a tangible meaning of expression. So I don't have to technically copyright something with copyright.gov, but if somebody steals my work and I want to pursue suing them and taking it to court, you need to have your works registered with copyright.gov. So here we are, we in copyright.gov, and what we want to do, we're going to go to register a work, and we're going to do a standard application. Bam. So you can read everything on the screen right here when you get a chance. But at the bottom it says, to complete the application for registration, you must provide all required information on the application form, pay the required fee, then upload or mail in a copy of your work. So we're going to click on start registration at the top, and we're going to say the type of work. We're going to choose that. So if you're doing beats or you're doing like a registering a song for copyrights, you want to do sound recording. And this is what a lot of people get it messed up at, because if you go to work of the performing arts, which a lot of people end up doing, it says work of the performing arts include the following types of works: a musical work such as a song with or without lyrics. This is most of the time talking about, the majority of the time, 99.9% of the time, it's like dealing with musical compositions. So you got like the orchestras, and the composer creates that song for those musicians to end up recording that song. That's what a musical work would be. So once those musicians or that orchestra plays that and they get that sound recording, then it's going to be two registering copyrights. You're going to have one for the composer, which is the work of the performing arts. Then you're going to have the other ones for the musicians, which is the sound recording. So if we scroll down here, it tells you a musical work is a separate work from a recorded performance of the musical work, the sound recording. Sound recordings are works that result from the fixation of a series of musical, spoken, or other sounds, but not including the sounds accompanying the motion picture. So that lets you know you need to be clicking on sound recording. So we're going to switch this back to sound recording. And you see right here, sound recordings are works that result from the fixation of a series of musical, spoken, or other sounds. Sound recordings typically contain performance and or production authorship. Sound recordings include audio recordings fixed in the phono record, such as CD, vinyl, cassette, audio tape, or digital audio files, WAV, MP3, etc. It do not include MIDI files. So for producers, it do not include MIDI files, audiovisual work, videos, or motion picture soundtracks. So y'all can read the rest of this once y'all get to this, if you want to find out some more information on it. Then we're gonna click here. It say click the box to confirm that you have read the description above and selected the entry that best describes the type of work you are registering. So we click that, then we go up here, go to continue. And now we're on the title section. So you're gonna go down this whole checklist. So now the title. So we're gonna click on new. We're gonna select title of work being registered. So we're not doing a previous or alternative title. So title of works being registered. And we're gonna just make up a name right now. And we're gonna name it, I'm copyrighting. I'm copyright trapping. There we go. So we gave it that little BS name for right now. And we're gonna click on save. Now, from here, I recommend if you're gonna copyright a song or copyright a beat, that you do multiple ones at one time. And the reason I say that is because the fee right now, they changed it to $55. It used to be $35 to register your works. But you could do multiple, you could register multiple types of works or titles for one set fee. So I usually wait till I get a bunch of them together, and when you submit it at the end, after you make your payment, you get to upload your files. You can either upload it or mail it in. So if we go here, you see the maximum size for each file uploaded has been increased from 170 megabytes to 500 megabytes. So you can put MP3s all in one folder and just compress it. You need to compress it as a zip file when you upload it. Because you see right here, if you're uploading a large number of files for a single application, we recommend that you first compress the files by zipping them, then select and upload the zip files. The compressed files will be received more quickly by the Copyright Office than files uploaded individually. So yeah, just upload a zip file. And if you have a bunch of songs and it exceeds that 500 megabytes, then I would suggest mailing in the CDs. So back to here, like I said, if you want to do more than one for this application, you just keep adding those new titles. So after you finish adding your titles for this application, we're going to go to continue. So now it's on publication completion. Publication results from the distribution of copies of a work to the public by sale or other transfer of ownership, or by rental, lease, or lending. A work is also published if there has been an offering to distribute copies to a group of persons for purposes of further distribution, blah, blah, blah. So has this work been published? In my case, since I'm doing beats right now, I haven't registered a full song in a while. For those that don't know, I did used to rap as I started producing. But has this work been published? Yes, it's already been uploaded online. For y'all, if you already released it, then you can select yes. If you haven't released it to the public yet, you can select no. But if you have released it, it's gonna come to this screen. And it's gonna say the work is published, yes. Name of first, nation of first publication. So I'm in the United States. Year of completion, or year of creation, 2018. Oh. Boom. Date of first publication. Go here. Just choose. We can choose today. Hit save. And this is not a pre-registered work. This is something that I'm registering right now. So we're gonna hit continue. All right, so now we're down to the authors. So name the authors of the work being registered and give the requested information. Generally, the application should name all the authors of the authorship being registered. So click new to add an author, or if you are an author and your name appears in the user profile of this account, click add me. So my information is in my profile, so I could just click add me. So see, I got my name, You can leave organization blank because it says individual author or organization. So I usually like everything under my name. Or I could put like the Akkolades LLC, blah, blah, blah. Is this author's contribution to work made for hire? No. Nobody didn't pay me for this to produce a beat for them. For y'all that don't know what work for hire means, just look it up. Citizenship, United States. Domicile, probably said that all wrong, but it's United States. Hit save. So I created the sound recording. So hit save. Say if I wanted to add someone, maybe I worked on this particular beat with one of my homeboys. I go in here and add their name and all that. So we're gonna hit continue. Now we're under claimants. So please identify the copyright claimants in this work. The author is the original copyright claimant. The claimant may also be a person or organization to whom copyright has been transferred to. So again, I can click add me. So you're just gonna have your name. You need to have your name, your last name, address, city, all that good stuff. So this hasn't been transferred. So hit save. All right, now we can hit continue. So limitation of claim. So say, even for artists and producers, your song contains a sample. So say I sample, I don't know, the Gap Band. I can exclude the material that I want to copyright. But for those that don't know, you need to, if you're gonna copyright something or register a work that contain a sample, make sure you try to contact the original publisher. Get permission first. But the way some producers think right now, it still holds true that, as a producer, if I sell a beat that contains a sample, it's up to that artist to clear it. Because they're going to release it to the public. But I would still cover my own ass. So material is excluded. We're going to exclude, if it contained a sample from the Gap Band and it had the lyrics, we're going to say music. There we go, music and lyrics. And then we could write in here, contains sample from the Gap Band. I don't know. New material included. So we included a new sound recording with music, because we'd have built onto that sample, and lyrics. So if it's just an original beat for y'all producer, if it's just an original beat, you don't have to worry about this. If it's an original song from y'all artists, then you don't have to worry about this. Well, for the producer, I would say, material excluded, sound recording maybe. But then you're including new material because you submitting a new sound recording, which is going to include the lyrics for the artist. So we're going to hit continue. Rights and permissions. So you may provide contact information for a person and or organization to be contacted regarding copyright management information or permission to use this work. So if you contacted somebody, I guess like in reference to a sample, you can put their contact information down here. But in this case, it's optional. I did put it contains a sample from the Gap Band, so I would fill out that information of that individual or the publisher. But we're not gonna go through all that. So correspondent, this is the person the Copyright Office would contact if it has questions about this application. Completion of the name, email address, and correspondence address is mandatory. So I can click add me. Boom, there we got our information. Hit continue. Now we're on the mail certificate. So this is the name and address to which the registration certificate should be mailed. So you will receive a certificate. It take a few months. I know it took a few months for me to receive my certificates in the mail. So I wish I had my examples. I didn't feel like digging all through my like all my little trunk cases from when I was in the military trying to find all of them. But yeah, just fill out this information, y'all. Click add me. Boom. Now put your information in there from your profile. So special handling. So special handling is expedited service that is available only to filers who satisfy one or more of the compelling reasons below. So you see it also carries a significant surcharge fee. So you don't have to fill this out. So we're gonna hit continue. Certification, you pretty much saying you're the certified author, copyright claimant, or owner of exclusive rights, or by the authorized agent of any other proceeding. Saying I certify I am the author. You'll put your name. All right. Then we're gonna hit continue. Now it's gonna take it to this screen to review everything. Make sure all the information on the application is valid and you didn't forget anything. So you can scroll down through here. And then once we think everything is done, we're gonna click on add to cart. So now, as you can see, it's $55. So it shows you working cases that's on here. If I wanted to add those, I can add those. I can click on these and click on checkout or add to cart. So all these two will be added up here. So it'll be 3 of them. And then I still get charged that $155 fee. So like I said, you can do multiple applications at one time for $55. That's what I suggest doing. So from here, you just go to checkout. We're on the checkout screen. Then it says, okay, you can pay deposit from your direct deposit account or credit card. So once you pay that $55 fee, it's going to take you to the screen to upload your material once your transaction goes through. As you can see right now, we did the form, we're on the pay section, then the last section will be to submit your work. So once you submit your work, then you're done. So right now we're gonna go back to home. So that's pretty much it. I hope I helped most of y'all out. If y'all have any other questions, feel free to hit me up and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So for my next video, just type in the comments what else y'all like to see and I'll try to do those as soon as possible. I think my next video, I'm going to speak more on recording vocals the right way and submitting them to your engineer. Something like that. If y'all like something like that, just hit me up. Let me know. Well, appreciate the support. Until the next time, peace out. Bye.